Before dawn breaks outside Mumbai, a film crew is already moving with military precision. They're setting up day one of the Uri shoot, a high-stakes military production where every detail counts. When Anant arrives, the transformation is total. Months of training have given him a military bearing that makes the uniform look like an extension of his own body. He moves with a quiet, tactical awareness, scanning his environment with the economical movements of a trained soldier rather than a student in a costume. During a complex scene with no dialogue, the director watches Anant conveying a mix of frustration and quiet resolve through his eyes alone. It is a nuanced performance that usually takes years to master, yet Anant delivers it perfectly on the very first take. That commitment peaks in the briefing room scene. Standing before a mix of actors and actual special forces operators, Anant delivers the "How's the Josh?" line not as a movie speech, but as a genuine question. The thunderous response from the room isn't just acting, it is a moment of real communion between the performer and the soldiers. By setting this baseline of rigorous preparation, Anant changes the energy of the set. He demonstrates that talent is most effective when it is used to elevate the reality of the scene, rather than the ego of the actor. This environment pushes everyone to match his pace. But for some, the pressure is daunting. Aisha, a theater actor in her first film role, is facing a technical sequence as a helicopter pilot and is visibly terrified of failing the production. On his own initiative, Anant intervenes. He arranges for Aisha to meet with real pilots and sit in actual cockpits so she can study the equipment and terminology. He does this quietly, without asking for recognition from the director or the crew. When Aisha nails her complex scene in just 2 takes, she realizes the depth of Anant's support. She discovers he didn't just help her prepare. He was the one who recommended her for the role because he believed her talent deserved the platform. In an industry often defined by individual competition, this kind of selfless mentorship is a multiplier. By actively supporting a colleague's success, Anant shows how the character of a lead performer can help turn a group of individuals into a more effective, collaborative unit. As the shoot progresses, Anant begins to step outside his role as an actor to address the film's technical needs. He starts providing behind-the-scenes solutions that most lead actors wouldn't even recognize as necessary. Using spatial intelligence, he builds mental storyboards, holding a 3D reconstruction of sets in his mind to block complex scenes. Applying his computer science background, he writes custom algorithms to compress files and grade color, achieving a hyper-realistic, high-contrast night vision look. He even pushes the production toward higher auditory standards, arguing that a full Dolby Atmos mix is necessary for the audience to feel the 3-dimensional chaos of combat. The producer agrees to the increased costs, realizing his lead actor is prioritizing the film's authenticity over everything else. By integrating spatial analysis, software engineering, and immersive sound design, Anant provides the technical tools needed to keep the storytelling grounded and authentic. The ultimate test of those technical choices happens at a closed-door screening. The audience consists entirely of Special Forces soldiers who participated in the actual 2016 surgical strikes. These veterans watch the screen in absolute silence. They are evaluating every tactical movement and every emotional beat, looking for any sign that the film has simplified or glamorized their reality. But as the briefing scene plays, the hardened soldiers find themselves shouting back at the screen. The cinematic illusion is so convincing that they respond to Anant's performance as if they were back with their own units, preparing for the mission. When the lights come up, a major general stands to address the room. He looks at the young actor and renders a formal, crisp military salute, an unprecedented honor for a civilian. Box office numbers are secondary to this level of validation. When the heroes who lived the story confirm that the art has captured their truth, the mission of the film is complete. When the trailer finally hits the public, the reaction is instantaneous. This chart shows the view count shattering industry records, racing past 30 million views as the country discovers the film for the first time. Trade analysts are caught off guard, scrambling to identify this unknown lead who is suddenly outperforming established stars. They search for details on his background, but find only an elite student with no previous film credits. At IIT Delhi, the media begins to descend on the campus. While reporters try to track down the genius-turned-actor, His theater peers form a protective bubble around him, working to preserve his privacy against the sudden wave of fame. In Chandni Chowk, his father handles the curiosity of neighbors with the same humility. He keeps his own past as a gold medalist actor a secret, quietly watching his son fulfill a dream that had been waiting for decades to resurface. A cultural phenomenon cannot be simulated by a marketing department. It is the natural result of a story built on technical precision and personal dedication, finally reaching an audience.